My name is Tomi. I'm from UCC Magazine, Urban Christian Culture. We are a lifestyle guide that covers everything from fashion to entertainment to healthy eating and spiritual devotion, all from a Christian perspective. And right here with the Mr. One and only Mr. Devlon Jones. We're just so excited that you're here with us. We wanted to know so much about you because you have an interesting story and, you captivated our attention. So we want everybody to know the awesomeness that's going on in your life and exactly what you're doing in the music industry. So how are you doing today, Mr. Devlon Jones?
I am awesome. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Pretty excited. It's a holiday season, just enjoying the festivities and everything that's going on. So
yes.
We just have a couple of questions for you. Pretty interesting question. So we're just going to get right into it. So the first question is, how did you discover your love for music?
My first discovery was when I was a young child, and my dad was a preacher, and he brought me up in the church singing, so that actually made me have to sing all the time. But what really made me love music was when I was able to start making my own music and start writing my own songs and performing my own songs and putting my heart into what I sing. And so that's what really made me love music, is the way I'm able to express myself through my lyrics. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. That's an awesome story. So what's your greatest moment singing-wise in the music industry? Like, what is one of the highlights of your, career?
One of the highlights of my career was probably being able to be the master of ceremony and also being able to perform for Leandria Johnson here in Amarillo, Texas. She's one of my favorite singers, very inspiring. I love her story, and being able to open for her and to introduce her and to perform for her was like phenomenal. One of the greatest moments in my life, being that she is one of my favorites, so.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty sweet. I actually like that story.
Mm-hmm.
So how is the opening for artists like Kirk Franklin, Yolanda Adams, and Hezekiah Walker, et cetera? It's pretty big. You open for, some top artists. How was that experience for you?
It was great. Just being able to be around that caliber of person, it was an awesome experience. They were nice people, good to work with, and being able to open for them was just a humbling experience. It was humbling.
Oh wow, pretty cool. So was it? So how did you manage to get that? Did you audition? How did that go?
A local promoter here in Amarillo, Texas, brings in different gospel artists, and so whenever he brings them in, he pretty much always calls me and gives me that opportunity to open up for them, or to do background for them, or to do praise and worship for them. And so he normally always calls on me, and I'm just grateful for that opportunity, and grateful for knowing that person as well.
Oh, wow. So that means you got the hookup. That's good.
First of all, I got the hookup with Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And
that's most important.
And then knowing him, and he's a Christian man also, so it was just, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. He set the path for you, so that's pretty cool. That's amazing.
Yes.
So we know you came out with your first CD called Brighter Day in 2004. So we just wanted to know how coming out with that CD impacted your life versus now. How has it set the foundation for you, music-wise?
My first CD, Brighter Day, was actually done for my father.
Wow.
And he passed away and was getting ready to pass away when I released the CD, and so therefore my focus was trying to get that CD out there before he went on to be with the Lord. And it impacted me. It made me stronger. You know what I'm saying? being able to write your own music, write your own songs, and one of the my producer, Minister KT Butler, he wrote some of the songs on there as well. And so being able to sing your own songs and pour your heart out was a great feeling. And for people to respect your feelings and to accept your feelings was very humbling, because a lot of people don't accept, music that is written by local artists. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
when they accepted that with open arms and started telling me, oh, this blessed me, oh, this helped me through the day, this is what I needed to hear, then that made me feel good spiritually, emotionally, and all that. So, and you still get that with the first CD. So I'm grateful for that.
Wow, it was a really nice song. I believe you also saw a YouTube video for A Brighter Day. You had a music video, correct?
Yes, I did. Actually, when I got ready to do the second CD, everybody was like, "Oh, you have to put Brighter Day on there. You have to put Brighter Day on there." It's a very encouraging song. So I'm like, okay, we'll put Brighter Day on there. So we redid it, and then we made YouTube videos for Brighter Day, and they love it.
Were those your family members in the video?
Yes, my family members, my nieces and nephews, and they do background for me.
All right, that's pretty nice. They sound pretty good. I was like, okay, this is hot.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. So now that we know about your first CD, now I'm going to talk about your CD release, the latest one, I Am on the Right Track. What is that all about? Because we read some synopsis, and you were saying, you were on the right track in terms of finding love again and things in your life. So just tell us a little bit about that CD.
Yeah. On the Right Track is a CD purely from the heart. It has been 10 years later, and much growth has come with them 10 years. Much pain has come with those 10 years. Much happiness has come with those 10 years. But On the Right Track is actually geared toward me, because I was going to church, doing praise and worship, singing, directing the choir, directing three choirs, for 15 years, and doing it all for the wrong reasons. I didn't even know I was doing it for the wrong reasons, but when you open up your eyes, you realize, I'm doing this, this is for the wrong reasons. So I was not getting any spiritual growth, no biblical growth, no nothing. I'm just steady pouring out to this congregation every Sunday, and pouring out, and not getting the what I needed, which was the Word. I needed the Word in my life. And so I gave all that up. After 15 years, it was a hard thing to do. I gave that up, the choir position, the minister music position. I gave all that up. And I even dismissed myself from the church, from the church that I was going to. And I was in search for the right church, and I came across the right church. And the ministry, I did not join the church I'm a very musical person, trust me. The choir is phenomenal, all that. The musicians are phenomenal at this church or whatever. But I did not join this church because of that. And I prayed to God, and I made sure, Devlon, you're not joining this church for the music. You're not joining this church for the music ministry. You're not joining because the choir can sing. You're not joining because of that. You're going to join because you're getting what you need. And the pastor there gave me what I needed. He gave me the Word. and the word has penetrated my heart, has penetrated my soul, and has made me a better person. Therefore, it set me on the right track, and I'm on the right track. And so the CD is I'm on the right track. I'm not doing what I used to do or doing what people, blah, 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 but I'm on the right track. I'm looking forward. I'm not. If sometimes you may go a little slow on that trail, on them tracks, but I'm still on the right track. I'm not gonna get off or anything. I'm gonna stay on the right track and do what I'm supposed to do. And so therefore the CD, it explains it all from song 1 to song 12. It explains my life.
Wow, that's very phenomenal. That's very inspirational. I feel like, a lot of other people can relate to that story, to a certain extent or to a certain level in other ways. It may not be just choir stuff. It could be other ways within the church. But that's a very inspirational story. So we like that. But all of this, who inspires you and who keeps you going?
Who inspires me? First of all, of course, my God. Then my dad. My dad has gone on to glory, but he still inspires me. I pray each time I sing, before I sing, and I pray that it makes him proud. If he saw me today, I know he would tell me, "Son, I'm proud of you." Excuse me. And so him and my family, I do everything for God, for family, and that's that. I love him.
Okay, so being that you're talking about your dad, though he passed away, sorry for your loss. We also read at some point when you were in high school, you injured yourself, and through that, you were able to transition into the music because your dad pushed you and encouraged you to go ahead and do it. So just tell us a little bit about that, because I feel like that's like a huge basis of why and how you are in the music industry and how your love, grew so much for music. Just let us know that story a little bit.
Well, I'm 6'6", and I'm 300 pounds, and so the coaches was always like, "You need to play football, Jones. You need to play football." And, so in the 7th grade, I never played football until the 7th grade. And so I'm like, "Well, Daddy, they want me to play football." He's like, "Is that what you want to do?" I'm like, "Well, that's what they want me to do, So I joined the football team and blah, blah, blah. Went through 7th, 8th, and 8th grade. And then in the 9th grade, we changed over to high school. And so I'm still not that experienced in football, but we was at practice and stuff, and I broke my arm. And the coach was like, "Oh, no, it's not broke. You'll be okay." And I'm like, "My arm is broke." So it was broke, and then I went home. My dad was like, "Oh, no, this isn't going to happen." So he made me quit. And so I quit playing football, and I joined the choir in high school. And so, therefore, that led to 4 choir classes that I was in. I was in show choir, the chorale choir, and all those choirs. And so I did that, and it showed me a whole new avenue. It gave me a little bit of training for my voice as well, and it helped me out. I was in all-state choir 3 years in a row, first tenor, first chair. So my choir teacher was like, "Well, how do you do this?" And I'm like, "Well, it's God, because it was God, and I didn't know how to read music, so they taught me how to read music, and it was a great experience, and I thank my dad for that, for making me quit football and making me, do something that was going to help other people in their journey, and that's what I love to do. I love to bless people. And I love for them to, feel what I'm singing about and what I'm ministering about, and pray that it blesses them and that it helps them in their everyday life. And that's that.
Wow, that's an amazing story. Just hearing it from you, even though we read it, just hearing it, and it just makes you think of young athletes nowadays and some of them may be injured, and they can't go back to doing what they're doing, and they feel like all hopes is gone. What am I going to do now? This is something that I knew how to do. But it's amazing how your story can help somebody else. Like, it's pretty basically a testimony, you know. It can encourage the young guys and young women out here that there's other avenues and other purpose that God has set in your life. So I like that story. That's encouraging. That's really nice. So right now we're getting towards the last question. So we just want to know, in your musical journey, what advice would you give anyone embarking in the music industry?
That's plain and simple. Is stay humble. Do not get a big head. Do not think that you are the best, because you are not the best. You can easily be replaced. If you would stay humble and do your part, you will be blessed. Do not get a big head, and do not think that you are all that, because you're not. You're nothing. Christ is everything, and without Christ, you're nothing. But just stay humble. You better stay humble.